Welcome to Build the Weight Loss Practice of Your Dreams. I'm your host, Carol Clark, and today we are talking about something beautiful, and that is automation in your weight loss practice. So before we get to the benefits of automation, let's talk about a few different areas where you can automate in your practice. And before you say, oh, that's way too impersonal, Carol, we don't really like to operate that way, we like to be very hands-on. The joy of automation is that you actually can then be hands-on, but the basics are always taken care of and are predictable. So the areas that you can automate in your practice, first of all, you can do some reporting automation. So I love every single week I get a report and it tells me all the different referrals we got that week, everything that was done in terms of sales. It shows me my referral sources. It shows me everything about what's going on in terms of billing, collections, and cash pay services for medical weight loss and for retail sales. It's all right there weekly. So if I see some sort of a dip, it helps me find out about that and figure out why before we get to the long term at the end of the month or at the end of the quarter. So by then, it's not as easy to address things as they are happening. So reporting is a great thing, and that relates to your marketing, to your finances, and also you can automate a little bit about reporting for your clinical data, but for most of that, it's not necessarily to do it weekly, and you're tracking that anyhow. We do keep track of that, but it's not a weekly thing. So the other thing is your marketing. When you automate your marketing, it's a beautiful thing. Now, maybe you outsource it, and that is totally fine as long as you're getting a good return on investment. But from a marketing standpoint, you can automate so many different things. You can automate all your posts, create them, batch everything, get them all scheduled. You can be scheduled out for months if you want, and then you fill in with all the exciting things that are happening in your practice. We do that for practices all the time, but it's something that's really just kind of lets you take a deep breath. It's a lot of work on the beginning and making it happen, but once it's ready and you've got all your content and your assets and you know they're going to serve you forever out there on the internet, and they're going to increase your rankings, you're going to optimize it, you can leverage it by reusing it at other times. Once that's all ready and scheduled, that automation is just amazing how it can help you take a deep breath and focus on other things like your patient care and patient outcomes that are most important. The other thing is from a scheduling perspective, and for us, we automated online surgical webinars, probably 8 years or 10 years ago. So we've been doing those for a long time, and it automates that whole process, and patients can view it whenever they want. I know people with COVID and with the pandemic started to jump on that bandwagon a little bit more, but it's one of those things that serves you, whether you do surgical weight loss, medical weight loss, fitness, whatever it is that you're offering, it's something that's a good way to automate it. So they can watch a webinar, they can learn about what you do, they can reach right out to you. We have our website integrated right into our lead tracking software. It is a beautiful thing as well. So things come right in, they get an automated response that just helps set up their expectations for when we'll be in touch with them. So we also have all predictable emails that are in there. So if we have a new employee, they've got samples in there for how to respond to somebody about anything, and they then personalize it. This automation is really amazing. So from a marketing perspective, we talked about that. From a scheduling perspective, from a reporting perspective, lead tracking, if you have automation there, we are able to set it up so that there is a pathway that people follow as they're getting ready for surgery or through their medical program. They have certain education. It is already set. It's available to them in our membership site, and then it's dripped to them every single week with content. So it's all ready to go. I have been helping a number of practices do this, whether in whatever software they're using. I don't dictate that, but they may have an app, they may have a software system that's their customer relation management, but we can set up all of that, membership sites, but you can get that already. Then it's just automated going out to them, and then you can increase that with some personalized touch. There is so much automation, it's just going to get bigger. So getting on the bandwagon for that is really important. But tracking your leads, I can see where everyone is in the entire process for getting authorized for surgery or for medical programs where they are. Patient engagement, automation is a great way to make sure you are in front of them, and not in an annoying way, as long as what you're providing with them is valuable. We do weekly e-newsletters. Anyone who's a member of Bariatric Business Boss, in there we have all of the e-newsletters ready to deploy weekly in your own system. It's just all written for you, ready to go. And then you just add your call to action or anything else that's specific to your practice. But automation in that way, you can even set your emails up ahead of time to send those out. And then of course, sales, you can automate sales, whether it's recurring sales or whether it's automation. Before we leave at the end of the day, for my retail sales manager, she's awesome at this. She has her e-newsletters ready for the next week. If there's any text messaging for a special over the weekend, she does that. When she comes in on Mondays, there's a whole bunch of sales that are waiting to be sent out or picked up in the practice. So it's a beautiful thing, automation. So those are some of the places that you can automate. And I already hinted at some of the benefits, but truly the benefits are that it frees you and your team up so that you can do more, actually, more with less. Who doesn't like to do a little bit of that? It also improves your patient experience and their engagement and ultimately their outcomes because they have you there to be guiding them every step of the way. And you don't have to worry about, did we reach out to them? Did we not? Did they get the educational materials that they need or not? What else is happening? You can send automated videos to them, messages that are either, like I say, a video or an audio. There's so many different ways to automate that, but that patient engagement is really important. It also increases sales because you're in front of them more often. You can let them know all the exciting things that you have to offer, any new programs, any new services, any new products. It's a great way to increase your sales. It also helps you focus on what's important because you know that day-to-day operation for that communication and sales, it's all set in place, especially for all of that and your marketing. And then in the end, it simplifies your life. And you do need to involve your team in this. That will help simplify your life, delegation. But having some systems in place where you can increase the automation for your practice is really important. We do this with free offerings online where people opt in and it's called a funnel, but then they'll come in and then they get to know you. They're on your email list. You're communicating with them frequently. It's a wonderful, fun and effective way to operate your practice. And it just, like I said, creates so much higher degree of relief for you and just predictability at the end of the day. So I hope this has been helpful, gave you a few new ideas. If you're really great at automation, awesome, keep it up. If you want to talk about any of that, reach out to me, Carol, Karol, at weightlosspracticebuilder.com. But those are some concrete areas that you can automate, as well as really realizing what the benefits are for automation in your weight loss practice. And like I say, you may think it's impersonal, but that takes care of all the day-to-day, all the things that have to occur, that need to occur, even though they're at a higher level than other competitors of yours may offer. But then it frees you up to really do some deeper dives with those that need that, or to just help nurture them away and be more concierge. So anyhow, in the meantime, reach out to me, like I said, or join Bariatric Business Boss if you're not a member already, bariatricbusinessboss.com. I can't wait to get to know you better. And if this content is serving you well, give me a comment down below and make sure that you subscribe. In the meantime, take care.